It's Thursday again. Uh, After the lunch, I took a lunch break outside in the country, uh, just near the Cafe Madang. There's cafe garden or front yard. Because I had a late lunch, I had to take a break around like a 2:30. It was a very brief. I felt guilty because it's normally a working time, but today was an exceptional day because my lunch was delayed due to a visit to a cafe, one of my potential customers. And I read about the IP security camera versus analog security cameras. Tonight we will talk about the difference between DVR for analog security camera systems and NVR for the IP security cameras. So let's dive in. But before I do that, the reason I am trying to read this article is to continue my habit of reading an English article each day. One English article each day. The purpose of my action is to, or the purpose of my effort, my practice, my habit is to stay on par with my English competency. Yes, I work for Korea Telecom and I live in Gwangju. KT Korea Telecom is the number one carrier in Korea, and I am very proud of being the member, being the one of the employees, except some management issues in my office. I still feel remorseful, but that's for another video. Let's dive in. This one is from Pelco. I think Pelco.com provides very good summarized explanation about the camera security camera systems. I think they are very succinct and to the point, and provides me the information that I need. It just gives you a primer idea, primer knowledge, but also they build on that knowledge the essential knowledge that you need to acquire to give proper consultation to the customers, right? So let's find out if that's true with this article too. This one is from Pelco.com blog, NVR versus DVR security camera recorders. The ultimate guide to DVR and NVR security camera systems. View products. I will do that later. Get expert help today. Yep, if I do have a large scale project, but I'm an expert because I read a lot of articles from Pelco. Yep, if you read every article from Pelco, you become an expert yourself. Table of contents. 1. The ultimate guide to DVR and NVR security camera systems. 2. What is DVR? Digital video recorder. 3. What is NVR? Network video recorder. 4. DVR versus NVR security systems. Which is better? Choosing the right security camera recorder is key to setting up a successful video system. Whether you are building a camera system from scratch or considering an update to your existing security system, you will need a recorder to manage the footage. Security camera systems vary depending on the CCTV cameras, cables, and recorders you choose. There are many different variations, but overall there are two systems. Those with analog cameras and digital video recorders, or Internet Protocol cameras such as dome or bullet cameras. Okay, so dome and bullet cameras, dome cameras and bullet cameras, dome cameras and bullet cameras, network video recorders (NVRs). Both DVR recorders and NVR recorders enable you to view and store digital footage. The main differences include camera choice, cabling, and installation, how they process video, and running costs. In this article, you will learn the difference between NVR, DVR, and which of these systems is the best fit for your security needs. What is DVR? Digital Video Recorder. A digital video recorder or DVR is generally used with analog security cameras. Analog video signal needs to be digitally encoded before it can be stored. So a DVR camera recorder encodes the signal, stores it, and also decodes it for remote viewing on demand. So encoding, decoding, right? Encoding and decoding. I didn't know. I thought they just store the digital footage, but since the footage is analog, because the cameras are analog, obviously you need to do the encoding and decoding, right? Yeah, I'm looking for a wooden pillow for my headrest, but I couldn't, so I'll just keep reading it with my head resting on the just normal pillow. DVR system components, analog security cameras, and coaxial cables. Digital video recorders convert analog video signal into a digital format. CCTV DVR systems tend to be analog cameras connected to the security camera recorder via coaxial cables. Along with an analog camera, DVR recorder, and coaxial cable, some more advanced hardware is needed to encode the signal. It is converted by a piece of equipment known as an analog to digital converter (ADC), also known as an AD encoder. Analog to digital converter. Analog to digital converter (ADC), also known as an AD converter encoder. Types of video cable for DVR recorders. There are two kinds of coaxial cable that you can use to connect an analog camera with the DVR recorder technology. The first are standard coaxial cables, which only transmit analog signal as a frequency. However, these DVR security cameras also need a power supply to work. It is possible to run power cables to analog cameras from a nearby power outlet, but there is a second cable type that offers a more streamlined option. A Siamese cable combines a coaxial cable with a power cable into one casing, reducing the hassle and mass of numerous cables. Reducing the hassle and mass of numerous cables, right? Reducing the hassle and mass of numerous cables. Reducing the hassle and mass of numerous cables. Let's remember the expression, right? Reducing the hassle and mass of numerous cables. Numerous cables. A Siamese cable. I need to look that up, man. I forgot what a Siamese cable looks like. Yeah, Siamese cable. This type of coaxial cable supplies power to an analog camera whilst also carrying the signal to the DVR camera recorder. Let's find that out if that's true, man. Right? Siamese cable. Aha, that cable, man, it has two head, but they are stored in one casing. Hmm. Hmm. Shake. Yeah, shake. CMS cables. These two cables is for electricity supply, power supply, and this one is coaxial cable that carries the analog footage. This is a braided shield, and this is coaxial. But let's find out if the pronunciation is good. I think it's Siamese. Let's find out if that's true. I'll just go to dictionary.com and type in Siamese, right?
Siamese.
Siamese, man. Siamese. Siamese.
Siamese.
Siamese. Pertaining to Siam or Siam, or its inhabitants of or pertaining to Siamese language. Yeah, Sham something, we say Sham something, but that's fucking wrong. The correct pronunciation is Siamese, man. Siamese. Citizen or resident of Siam. Siam, official language of Thailand. Thai breed of short-haired domestic cat having a fawn-colored coat with dark markings on the ears, paws, and tail. Siamese. Siamese describes something related to Siam, also now called Thailand, or more specifically the region of central Thailand, usually including region of central Thailand, including southern Thailand. Siamese may refer to, I don't know, Siamese. So let's go back. A Siamese cable combines a coaxial cable and power cable into one casing, reducing the hassle and mass of numerous cables. This type of coaxial cable supplies power to an analog camera, whilst also carrying the signal to the DVR camera recorder. Coaxial cables can reach a maximum distance of 90 meters or 300 feet in length. Any longer than this, and the signal begins to degrade, compromising the video quality. This is an important factor to bear in mind when considering the size and layout of your DVR system. Both types of coaxial, I think it's close to 300 meters, not only 90 meters, but 300 meters. Both types of coaxial cable can be bulky, so consider where you plan to set up your analog security cameras. If it involves running cables around corners or through very tight spaces, IP cameras and more flexible Ethernet cables might be a better choice. The section on NVR systems below describes this equipment in more detail. How does DVR work? As the diagram shows, DVR systems rely on a coaxial cable to transmit a raw data or unprocessed video signal. This signal is not digital and only becomes so when it is encoded in the digital video recorder, man. Once encoded, it can be stored or viewed. A nearby power source is also needed to power the camera system. The power can either be carried by a separate cable or by a Siamese cable that can simultaneously supply power and transmit video. It is not possible to transmit audio over DVR security systems unless the security camera recorder has audio input ports and the camera system is able to record audio. This can be added to your system, but the number of audio streams you can record is limited to the number of audio input ports available on your DVR camera recorder. Right. The camera system is able to record audio. The security camera recorder has audio input ports. There is a type of cable known as audio over coaxial cable, which simplifies installation and removes the need for multiple ports, cables, and additional connectors. Using these cables can increase the number of audio streams transmitted to your digital video recorder without being limited by the number of audio ports. DVD system benefits and disadvantages. DVR security system pros. DVR security system cons. DVR security system pros. A DVR system uses analog security cameras. These are not the latest security camera system available, so they tend to be cheaper to buy, an important consideration if you are on a budget. Investing in a DVR recorder for cameras is more cost-effective option. DVR systems are useful if you have an existing security system that you don't plan to fully upgrade in the near future. It is possible to make affordable improvements to your existing system by changing features such as cables, connectors, encoders, and even the software you use to monitor video data. Similarly, DVR systems are more versatile if you want to mix and match different CCTV camera types and brands. Mix and match different CCTV camera types and brands. Also, video transmission is analog. The cybersecurity threat is far less than the that of IP cameras and network video recorders, which use an internet connection to transmit video. DVR security system cons. Thick coaxial cables are difficult to install in all sites, especially if you have tight spaces or sharp corners. Sharp corners and tight spaces. With DVR security systems, you are forced to design your security camera system around certain constraints, nearby power outlets to power your cameras, and a maximum cable length of 90 meters, 300 feet to preserve video quality. Analog cameras are better than they used to be, but with video resolution like TVL resolution tends not to be as high as that of IP cameras. Similarly, if you want to stream audio from multiple cameras, you might find DVR security systems limiting. If HD video quality is not a must-have, or you are on a tight budget, then a DVR system could be a good fit for your business. While not the most up-to-date option available in the market, they offer good value and flexibility for businesses with older systems who aren't ready to invest in a fully upgraded NVR system yet. However, if you are looking to install a video security system from scratch, you should bear in mind the limitations of DVR security systems, the need for a nearby power supply, bulky cables with maximum length, and few options for HD video and audio transmissions. From scratch. Install a video security system from scratch. You should bear in mind the limitations of DVR security systems. The need for a nearby power supply, bulky cables with a maximum length, and few options for HD video and audio transmission. What is NVR? So that's about DVR, right? Now I just rolled back my stomach, lying down on the floor. So let's find out about NVR. What is NVR? Network Video Recorder. What does NVR mean? It stands for Network Video Recorder, and an NVR security system tends to be used with Internet Protocol or IP cameras versus analog. These cameras record digital video data and transmit it over an internet connection. What is an NVR security system? IP cameras, Ethernet cables, and wireless cameras. Unlike DVR systems, NVR systems work entirely in a digital format. NVR system components vary depending on the internet connection used to transmit data. If the connection between the IP camera and the network video recorder is wired, then you need power over Ethernet. All right, I was carried away. Where were we? If the connection between the IP camera and the network video recorder is wired, then you need power over Ethernet cameras and Ethernet cables. If the connection is wireless, then wireless IP cameras are all that is needed to send video to the NVR recorder. Ethernet cables for DVR and NVR have some advantages over the coaxial cables used in DVR systems. So Ethernet cables are used for DVR and NVR systems. They are thinner, making them much easier to install and fit around tight corners or sharp corners. Unlike coaxial cables, the video data transmitted over Ethernet cables is digital, so it can travel much farther without degrading. An Ethernet cable can simultaneously provide power and transmit signal, so you need only one cable instead of two. This makes for a more streamlined camera system whose layout is not determined by the nearest power source. How do NVR systems work? In an NVR system, cameras like fixed IP cameras or bullet IP cameras can record and process video data within the device itself. Record and process video data within the device itself. It is a digital video recording camera that can also handle audio. This encoded video and audio data is sent over Wi-Fi or an Ethernet cable to the NVR recorder, where it is stored for decoding and remote viewing. Ethernet provides IP camera power supply as well as transmits audio and video data all in one casing. Since IP cameras transmit video data over an internet connection, the signal does not degrade over long distances, which means there is no maximum cable length, as is the case with coaxial cables in DVR systems. Coaxial over Ethernet cables are also more flexible, making them easier to install in awkward spaces. Coaxial over Ethernet cables. I wonder if there's what coaxial over Ethernet cables look like, man. Coaxial over Ethernet. Where the fuck is that? Right? So I'll just go back. But let's find out. Let's check out the photos. Coaxial over Ethernet. Yeah. Converter, coaxial over Ethernet. Images, I need images, coaxial over Ethernet. Are you talking about the converter, man? Yeah, I don't know. I'll just go back and assume that I already understand what the coaxial over Ethernet cable look like. With wireless security cameras, there is no need for an Ethernet cable either to power the camera or to transmit data. Instead, the cameras are powered by a battery pack, a video and audio transmission to the network. Video recorder takes place over Wi-Fi. This makes installation very simple, but if the Wi-Fi connection is not stable, there is a risk of losing video data. Benefits and disadvantages of camera NVR systems. NVR security system pros. If IP cameras and Ethernet cables do not have the same constraints as analog cameras and coaxial cables, IP cameras, especially wireless cameras, can be installed over a much larger area without compromising video quality. Ethernet cables transmit video over an internet connection, so the signal will not degrade over long distances. An Ethernet cable is thinner than a coaxial cable, making it ideal for hard-to-install areas where bulky cabling will not fit as well. IP cameras use more modern technology to provide digital footage. If you want HD video and audio, or even just better quality video, then an IP camera system is the best choice for you. IP cameras also have built-in additional features that analog cameras are not capable of, such as remote pan tilt zoom (PTZ), pan tilt zoom, smart motion detection, intrusion detection, video analytics, license plate recognition, and more. License plate recognition. Right. NVR security system cons. IP camera systems are more expensive than their analog counterparts, chiefly because the technology is better and newer. The upfront cost of NVR system hardware plus installation will be higher than a DVR system. NVR systems are not brand agnostic like DVR systems. Before investing in a site of cameras, check the manufacturer and model are compatible with the network video recorder you plan to buy. Brand agnostic. That's good term. Brand agnostic. Yep. I am not atheist. I'm agnostic myself. I believe there's a God or like a universal creator or a manager. I think they are both the same. So I'm agnostic. Agnostic means brand agnostic. They don't care, right? They don't care about the brand. Uh, we all coexist with each other. So brand agnostic means whatever camera brands you use, they all can hook up with you know DVR. But NVR is not brand agnostic, man. So be careful. What the fuck happened? Where were I? Oh, here we go. NVR systems are not brand agnostic like DVR systems. Before investing in a suite of cameras, check the manufacturer and model are compatible with the network video recorder you plan to buy. Compatibility issues also make it harder to mix and match hardware, firmware, cabling, cameras, and recorders. Be aware that any upgrades you plan to make to an NVR secure system might not be compatible for a particular plug and play cable and might need extensive testing. On the subject of compatibility, check the NV profiles of the cameras and NVR that you plan to buy. Whilst different manufacturers might not work together using their own protocols, using NV, NVR, and camera systems can integrate. Wow. On the subject of compatibility, check the NV profiles of the cameras and NVR that you plan to buy. Whilst different manufacturers, I think whilst means the Pelco company is from the UK because Americans don't use whilst, they just say while. Whilst different manufacturers might not work together using their own protocols, using NVIF, NVR, and camera systems can integrate. Using NVIF, NVR, and camera systems can integrate. Whilst internet connectivity makes transmission faster and more reliable, you should check your connection and bandwidth before installation. Wi-Fi connections to wireless cameras are especially prone to disturbance, which could lead to lost footage. An internet connection also exposes your network to cybersecurity risks. So, as well as checking your camera system is reliable, you also need to check your network security. Most IP cameras and network video recorders come with their own firmware and NVR software, which should be regularly updated, as well as a standard login, which should be changed immediately. If you have a large budget or are starting from scratch, NVR systems offer you much more choice and better quality results. You are investing in the latest technology, which offers you more options to customize your video security system to your business needs. DVR versus NVR security systems, which is better? Right, which is better? Oh, I'm almost done. I'm getting tired now. So, which is the best system to buy? NVR security system. When considering an NVR versus DVR system, security cameras should be your what? Uh, Where were I? Damn. These are the key elements of any video security system. The recording equipment will be determined by your digital video recording camera choice. MVR versus DVR security cameras. Technically, MVR cameras or DVR security cameras are misnomers. Wow, really? Misnomers. Let's remember the word misnomer means misname, right? Name is wrong. Like you're calling a frog toad is misnomer, right? Misnomer. Calling me handsome is not misnomer. That's truth. But calling me poor, that's misnomer. I'm rich. And I am happy. Uh-huh. Because it is possible to use DVR for IP cameras and vice versa. Really. Although this is unusual and more complicated to run, on the whole, in general, on the whole, IP cameras such as telecop IP cameras are best for a CCTV and VR system, and analog cameras are suited to CCTV DVR systems. So what is an NVR camera? NVR cameras need to have digital video functionality within the device, since network video recorders only record and store video. They do not process it. If you do want to set up an NVR camera system with analog cameras, you will need an analog to IP converter which digitizes the signal before reaching the recorder. If you choose a DVR for security cameras, it is possible to use either analog or IP cameras. Using a digital video recorder for security camera video provides more options if you are integrating multiple camera types into one system. This is especially useful if you do not have the budget to invest in a full system upgrade, but still want the benefits of fewer newer IP cameras. When using a DVR recorder, cameras might need different converters depending on whether they are IP or analog. Coaxial cables have BNC connectors on each end, which plug straight into the DVR and analog camera. IP PNC connectors. Let's remember the word one more time, PNC connector. IP cameras will need a LAN Ethernet to BNC converter if your DVR recorder does not have enough LAN Ethernet ports available. With the right connectors and converters, there is technically no difference between DVR and NVR cameras. Having a good understanding of how video is transmitted to each kind of security camera recorder will ensure that you can make either system work for you. When using a DVR recorder, cameras might need different converters depending on whether they are IP or analog. Coaxial cables have BNC connectors on each end, which plug straight into the DVR and analog camera. IP cameras will need a LAN/Ethernet to BNC converter, right? If your DVR recorder does not have enough LAN Ethernet ports available. Do I need a DVR or NVR recorder? NVR versus DVR. Which is necessary for security cameras? Most camera network installers would say yes, but the answer depends in part on which cameras you use and how many of them you want to monitor. Right? I am thirsty now. So where's my water, man? So I just got up. I just got up and walking toward my table in the living room near the kitchen, trying to find my water, my cup of water, my cup of tea, man. BNC connector, converter. Where's my water? I think it sits on the sofa because I stayed there while watching TV and sipping some nice pear soju. That's nice. Damn. Wireless or IP cameras with a Wi-Fi network connection and an SD card do not necessarily need a security camera recorder. If you have between 1 and 3 cameras, which you check a handful of times over a device like your phone or tablet, then you might find that the manufacturer's remote viewing app is enough for your needs. This isn't the most practical option for most businesses and mostly applies to homeowners. Right. I know one customer who is using one wireless IP camera to monitor her mom-in-law because she falls a lot while trying to go to the bathroom. 이거밖에 안 됐어? 전체 중에서?
아니 2개까지는 만한 3개가 안 되는
다 했나?
얘는 모르겠어. 얘는 끌 수 있어. 얘는 아빠가 하게. 얘는 난 몰래 얘기하면.
뭐야, 이 망이 중에 3개밖에 안 됐어? Damn. I bought a bunch of lottery tickets. Now only 3 tickets are exchangeable. That's miserable. I paid a lot of money. Only I recouped 15,000 won out of 1 million won. That's bullshit. I need to investigate the system, the lottery system in Korea. If you have a large number of cameras that you monitor 24/7, then the most effective way to do this is by using a security camera recorder appropriate to your camera type, ensuring all the video data is streamed and stored. Generally, the more cameras you have, the more you will need a proper video security infrastructure to manage them. MVR versus DVR security systems, which is best for my business? Before diving in headfirst and buying a whole system, step back and consider what you want to achieve with your budget and current operations. While the very best MVR camera system on the market might seem like the answer to all your security issues, if you don't have the budget to buy and maintain it, or the operations to monitor it properly, then it should be wasted investment. It would be a wasted investment. In this case, one of the cheaper MVR systems available might be better suited to your needs. Perhaps your business is fairly new to video security and you want to see what kind of setup will work best. A DVR system might actually be preferable, even though it is less advanced. Setting up new processes, maybe even with new staff, might require a simpler, cheaper system first, just to get you started. If you have a security consultant helping you create your security control center, or you have the budget and expertise to invest in the very latest digital video recording cameras and recording technology, then a cutting-edge NVR security system might be the perfect fit for your requirements. As with any big investment, weigh up the pros and cons, as well as the business benefits and risks, before making your decision. Thorough research is the key to picking the right video recorder system for your security needs. Well, there was a very long article. BNC cable, Siamese cable, converter, what else? Yep, on the whole, whilst, right, keep in mind, and so on. Well, thanks for listening. Take care and have a great security camera business. Bye bye.